Yo, 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 welcome back to White Dads Can't Jump. Here we are with the main man, Chad. How's it going?
It's going okay for me. First week of school is exciting for a lot of people, but you know what else it brings to the house?
It brings new pre-sharpened pencils.
And new germs.
Oh, got it.
Hotbed. It's like a biology project it's like a petri dish. You
You
just
gotta
see
watch
what can
out.
grow. So the one that we got brought home was strep throat from.
Ooh,
So
uh,
the
classic.
little one is dealing with that today. So
Uh,
hopefully
Poor
the
girl.
the model the marvels of modern medicine will kick in
I guess what I
over
will
the next
say
12
is,
hours.
and this is a complete jinx, so I will be sick within the next 72 hours, but as teachers, we do have the ability to give ourselves some personal space.
Hmm.
Like, okay, I'm going to stand up here at the podium and talk to you with like a laser pointer, and you
Right.
all are going to stay over there.
Right. It reminds me of teaching during COVID when
Yeah, right.
they were all 32 of them were in one area and I was up by myself
it's
at the desk.
it's fine that you infect each other,
Right.
but let's just not bring that over here.
Yeah, stay away from me. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
So,
I haven't heard any sniffles up at the high school yet, so I think we're in good shape. I am trying to think. The worst time that I got sick, in no way related to strep, I was on the University of Kansas campus. I am a freshman. I go to the student union and I order a chicken Caesar salad. Huge
okay.
mistake. Uh,
Interesting choice for an 18-year-old.
yeah, I was trying to I was dating a girl at the time, and I was trying to keep it all together and
Right.
whatever. So I am walking back from the student union over to a different hall where I was taking philosophy 101, which I probably would have signed up to get sick to get out of that class, but that's not what happened here. So I'm walking, and I have walked probably half a mile and am now at the base of the steps to walk into this building. And I absolutely cannot walk in a straight line anymore. I start going like this and
Oh,
literally angle into the ground and just crash out. And it was so alarming to the people around me that they thankfully went and got help. The ambulance came and took me to the
oh my
hospital.
God.
I had food poisoning from the chicken,
Yeah.
and they were able to figure that out pretty quickly because obviously, in those big halls, they make big batches of stuff.
Yeah.
So I wasn't the only one that went down with it. But that was, without question, the scariest, worst health situation that I've ever had. Knock on wood.
So that's where you get your salmonella concerns from.
Woo, boy. You got to just Lysol everything.
Wow. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I haven't had, fortunately, I've never been, I've had like the 24-hour blood bug here and there. I had
Mm-hmm.
the hand, foot, and mouth, but that doesn't really
That is
cause you.
just gross. I'm sorry.
Well, it sounds
The,
worse than it is, but
No, maybe you didn't have it very bad. I knew somebody that had it and their foot was peeling
oh
off
yeah,
and
that happened for
their
sure. My toenails
face
fell
was
off.
peeling off.
I
Yeah,
didn't have it. I got just the hand and foot part.
oh, okay.
So it was just painful. I got a week out of school. So that was cool
Yeah.
because the doctor was like, yeah, you can't go.
Yeah, God. Just socially speaking, you can't
Right.
go.
Yeah. So that was cool. But yeah, other than that, I haven't had any real
We've
bad ones.
stayed off the
It's my
radar.
my green drink that I do every day.
Do you know who's feeling pretty good right now?
There's probably a lot of people, but I know one person who's about to, I guess,
Okay,
make the comeback,
I'm gonna
or
I'm gonna refer to this person as our direct competitor because
as of
while
tomorrow,
while we are live with our friends tonight,
all of them.
she will be directly competing with us tomorrow in our time slot.
Hmm.
So of course I'm referring to the one and only Shake It Off. Taylor Swift will be on the New Heights podcast with her beau Travis Kelce tomorrow.
Alleged.
What? No. What?
Alleged.
What? Alleged by who? I mean, everybody. It's confirmed.
Uh, there's been a lot of Travis
Okay.
Kelce popping up the last few weeks, and now you know why. Like, it's so coordinated, but we'll get into that.
We know. Okay, so this morning we did not know the name of the album. Now we know that The Life of a Showgirl is what this publicity stunt, as it sounds like you're referring to it as, is all about.
Yeah. Now, the reason I say it's okay. So let me backtrack here. Let's go back to 2006. Let's
Okay.
all get in our time machine and go
Yep.
back to little blonde curly hair,
Country
Southern
singer.
twang,
Yep.
Taylor Swift, right?
Right.
Teardrops on My Guitar,
Yeah.
Tim McGraw, whatever the other song she had
Yeah.
going
Tim McGraw.
on,
That's right.
Picture to Burn, what all these country hits she
Oh,
had,
Picture
right?
Burn. Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean, I was a big because I was living in Virginia at the time, and obviously Virginia's a hotbed for country music, so it was kind of a thing. And no, when she came on the scene, everyone just assumed she was like a Southern girl, and she had the talk, she had the clothing, like she played it up, and then you find out her dad's like, or they're from like Philadelphia,
Born and raised.
right? Now I don't know a lot of Philadelphians personally, but I know they don't have Southern twang when they talk. And
Right.
then you had a couple country albums go, and then she obviously got big in the country scene. Then she made the big jump to pop music,
Right. Shake It
which
Off.
then suddenly the twang went away. I don't know if she just was hanging out in California too much or wherever she was at, but the
Magic.
accent kind of disappeared. And then we went full on pop. Because remember, during the 1989 album,
That's my favorite one.
she was hanging out with the Squad. Remember the Squad? The
Yeah.
Victoria's Secret models and stuff.
Oh, yeah. But
She had all the fake friends.
yeah, I was gonna say, like, was it Ariana Grande or who was she? It was other singers.
Selena Gomez was the big
Gomez.
one. Yeah,
There you go.
they were friends, and then they had a falling out or something, and then because remember, all her songs were about people. That was the thing. It was like, all right, who is this song about? Who is Drew? Who is whatever? Jake Gyllenhaal got a song, or John Mayer got a song. Like all the guys she dated got a song eventually. So he was the guy from Twilight. I mean, she's dated like 35 people over the last 20
Yeah.
years. One of the Jonas Brothers. I don't know. This is just off the top of my head. It's crazy how I know these things.
So you're a fan.
I mean, I was a fan. I really was, because you know what? I bought into it. Like the country girl, like I enjoyed the like upbeat pop country stuff.
Yeah.
And then as she went along, it's just like you realize, or maybe people are just ignorant to it and don't want to realize it, is like I mean, it's not just her, it's like media in general, like it's all prepackaged like lies and just meant to manipulate you and then suck you in. And before you know it, you're buying albums. Like I bought multiples of her albums.
And now we're getting to where all of this rage
Like
is coming from.
Still listen to some of her older songs. Like they're refreshing compared to her new crap. And I get that she's older and she's matured maybe, and that she is singing about different things, and it's weird to sing about your boyfriend breakups when you're however old she is. But
Okay.
yeah,
I think that where I'm going to meet you on this is, I said 1999 is my favorite. I think it was actually Lover. I liked the peppier, poppy, like that was her country stuff. I like country music, so I thought that was good too. But I sort of like the peppier stuff. What happened to me was my family and I, as is well documented by this podcast and my sort of journeys to and fro, we like to make road trips. And one year when we were on our road trip, she dropped another genre left turn. She had done country, she went to pop, and then she put out the Poet Society?
there was Folklore, Evermore.
Folklore. She put out Folklore, and having liked her previous album, I said, oh, this is great. We'll download it, we'll turn it on, and we'll listen to it. It was brutal.
Yeah.
We listened to about 3 songs, and it is bluegrass, I think. And I'm sure that some, music aficionado would say, oh, that's not right. But I mean, it was just sort of this folksy bluegrass.
It won Album of the Year.
Oh my God. Well,
but those are all bought and paid for by the studio. So
I was going to say,
not like there's no merit behind these awards.
And critics are such odd ducks. Like they're so cynical. Like in critics' minds, and I think primarily of like music critics, like they think, oh, we've seen it all. So if you do anything that's splashy or edgy, like I really don't even know if they like it or not. They just like that it's not the same thing they've heard a million
Yeah,
times.
it's funny because she did that and she survived it. But Justin Timberlake did a similar thing where he had, obviously, he was in sync, and then he had a couple pop albums, and he had the 2020 Experience, which is a big album for him, big concert tour. I went to one. He and I made eye contact. It was still something I'll never forget.
You made eye
But
contact with them.
yeah, well, he looked at me. I was the only guy in the crowd, probably. I was a foot taller than everybody and the only male. So it probably wasn't that impressive. But
You
he,
should go see him in Japan.
yeah, no doubt. And so he went all bluegrassy, weird, off the reservoir in terms of the pop music. And then he's just like gone. Like he can't come back. Fortunately, Taylor was able to come back because you know what was brilliant with her is she did what a lot of artists for some reason refuse to do, is that she embraced her past hits and played them for people. Because sometimes people, you know, these artists are like, I need you to see my new stuff. Like,
such a mess up.
right. And so like play the stuff people like.
I mean, I thought that the standard concert strategy was I'm going to play you my new stuff, and I'm going to play maybe new stuff 75% of the time if I'm desperate to promote it. But you always close and do your encore to your greatest hits. I mean,
right.
So that way everybody has to hang around through the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, she went with the full. I mean, I didn't go to the show, but obviously she did the Era tours where she had it's
Did
like
you watch
the
it?
4-hour Disney special or
say,
whatever.
Did you watch it?
No, I never watched it. No.
Not more than once.
She just makes me mad. Like I honestly, like she just makes me mad all the time. Like I can't look at her without being angry.
Okay.
And there's layers to that which we can get to.
This segment is brought to you by Open Health. Open Health for all your mental health needs. Okay, so
probably get sued for that.
I made up Open Health, so we're good. Okay, for that exact reason. Okay, so the Eras tour. Nobody went to the Eras tour and said, I'm not sure I liked it. Like it was definitively good, and I never went myself. I watched it with my daughter, and it was good. It was good.
Well, we got pop-ups going on here. We got pop-ups.
Yeah, we got people chiming in here.
Here we go. See, it did happen. It's true. I don't know how to get it away, but anyway.
I think the report is that you may have seen a few minutes of that Eras tour.
So I think that if she, okay, so let me backtrack here.
It's a lot of backtracking.
What the genesis of my disdain for Taylor Swift is, and I'm very fickle. No, I don't want to say fickle. Judgmental. No, I don't want to say I'm judgmental. Small things can set me off on somebody, and it bothers me. Like I didn't like when she was. She's always playing, not anymore, but she was always like playing the victim card. Like the biggest and best thing that ever happened to her was Kanye coming up on stage and trying to take her award away at the VMAs in like 2009 or whatever it was. And then she played up that victim card for a generation. And she always looked shocked when she would win. Like she would win every award imaginable. Right. And every time she'd win it, she would be like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Oh my God, this is so great. I can't believe it. And then she'd dance in the crowd. She's the worst dancer ever. Okay. And she just like brings all this attention on her. And then, oh my God, then she got political. Okay. Which I don't care what side you're on. Like, don't. Like, you're not that influential. Like, I don't. The sad thing is she is influential, which frustrates me even more.
Yeah, she's undoubtedly influential. I think that I would meet you at the point where she does have a strong Caucasian aesthetic in her dance performance. And I think, though, that as I'm looking at her albums here, she puts out an album every 2 years. And then some years, like she went, 2019 was Lover, 2020 was Folklore, 2020 was Evermore. So 3 within 2 years.
Yeah, and look at this. If you're on Wikipedia, you can see the sales numbers. They're not great. So she was probably like in panic mode. Like, we got to pump out another one until we hit something here.
And then she went Midnights and Tortured Poets Department. Like, these, I mean, I know what you're saying. Because again, that was my experience with Folklore, is that it was not my favorite, the indie folk surprise release. But that was also during COVID, and it was all kind of weird.
And she's got the bangs. Like, that's what also frustrates me. Like, her hair is so bad. Like, you look back at her old album, she's got the nice curly hair, like she looks normal, and then she got this god awful like bird nest looking. I don't even know what it is. It's just so bad, and it's so frustrating that she does this. It's like, just be attractive. Like, you have the general look of an attractive person.
The ability to pull this off.
Don't make yourself less attractive on purpose. It's baffling to me.
I think that your Republicanism is showing. Okay, so what we have here, though, is what I was trying to say is the girl works. Like, she pumps out albums on the regular, and I know there was some controversy around, is she writing, is she not writing? I think that, yes, of course, she uses co-writers for many of her songs, but
yeah. Now, I do think she wrote a lot more of her early stuff.
Yeah.
And then once you hit that certain level, you just end up at, like, they literally call it like the Hit Factory. I think it's like literally the name of these production companies. They just have the best writers, and they're just pumping
them out,
hits out to people.
Absolutely. So, I mean, she works, she's earned it, and that's how you stay relevant over what is coming on 20 years now. So, first album and self-titled album in 2006 is she keeps working and releasing the albums. I mean, I think the story goes that in the very beginning, she was literally writing these songs in her school notebook, I assume in a history class. In a math class, she'd be very busy, but now in a history class,
I have been told that sometimes history is not that engaging. So maybe it's me.
She was She was creating history in her history class.
It was. Maybe that's what I need to do, is encourage more people to write lyrics while they're in class.
Anybody got a sick beat?
Here we go. I will. It's funny you say it, because when I was in Virginia, my first year, this was like 10, 12 years ago. I should actually find this because I kept it. So a kid who was an aspiring rapper, he left his lyrics in class one day, and they were so vulgar. It's so bad. Like, it was so bad. Like, I didn't even turn them in because it was so bad. Like, but I kept it. I need to find it. Maybe he's. I don't think he's popular or famous anymore.
Like, but yeah, privacy at this point. But yes, I understand.
Yeah, it's public. It's public consumption at this point.
So did he become the artist that he was in his mind?
No. The only thing I remember about that kid was that he had the closest score to the Super Bowl that year.
What?
Because I said, it was like an extra credit. I was like, all right, Super Bowl's this weekend. You tell me what the score was, and he was the closest. I don't remember what his name was. I couldn't pick him out of a lineup. But maybe he could rap. Maybe I taught a lot of aspiring rappers back then. Not so much now.
The rappers have really dropped off.
Yeah.
I understand.
A little demographic shift.
You got to take the good with the bad, I guess.
But yeah, so the other thing with Taylor Swift, so let's talk about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. And we'll get into the NFL a little bit there as well. But one thing that made me 100% believe that the relationship was a sham was that, one, it was clearly just meant to bring female viewers to football. I get it. Like,
we're gonna red pill this whole thing. All right, here we go.
What do you mean? I've been accused of that this week too. So I mean, we're all over the place.
Here we go.
So, but that was a sham. The relationship. Now, I don't discount the fact that maybe they like each other now, but I think it was definitely in an arranged situation.
Okay,
because he was getting into the media space. She needed a new audience. And the NFL saw an opportunity, like, this is the premier team in the league. We're going to promote her in every way possible. We'll show her all the time. And then she benefited from it. Obviously, they got the $100 million deal on their podcast from it. He's been in movies. And then back to my main point here of why I think it's a sham is that his ex-girlfriend, don't know her name, Kayla something, she was on Special Forces last season. And if you saw this girl, like, unless he just has a very, very, very wide range of appetite for women, then it doesn't make any sense to me that you would go from this girl to Taylor Swift.
Okay, I understand.
I'm getting riled up. I'm starting to sweat.
I understand. Travis, here's my thing. The reason that I think it works is that I would say that Taylor certainly has her quirks, and I think that Travis matches her in that. Do you know how they originally met? She was at the Eras Tour, and he tried to give her a friendship bracelet with his phone number on it.
Stalker. Stalker vibes. What if I did that? I get arrested.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes, you would.
Yeah, I know the story. And then the NFL had them sign a contract, an NDA, about how they were going to get the Chiefs to the Super Bowl for the next 3 years so we could promote the brand. And then we'll have her perform at this thing, and then we'll show her picture.
Okay.
That was a betting. It was a betting odds of how many times they're going to show Taylor Swift during the Super Bowl.
Well, that's true. And then she was shocked when they booed her. Right. Okay, I think what you're trying to steer all of this Taylor Swift conversation to is your main man, Joe Burrow. Like,
he wouldn't date Taylor Swift.
Okay, or is it the other way around?
She probably doesn't know who he is, even though she's watched them play multiple times. She probably has no
That's not part of her contract.
So
for one of my other players are.
One of my other things that frustrates the hell out of me is when this. God damn, this is going to sound terrible, but anyway, I'm going to say it. Whatever.
Yeah, we're only live. What could happen?
Yeah, my wife's heard this 100 times, so whatever. I'll put it out there. But like when I watch like Hard Knocks, show or anything.
Oops. Yeah, we got knocked out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, his take was a little bit too hot, and we lost the main man, Chad. He may jump back on here in a moment, but he's currently out. Okay, apparently, can you hear me?
You there?
Okay, our conclusion was that your take must have been a little too hot because we lost you. Technical difficulties. What's he going to say next? I don't know. He obviously thinks this is a big plot. For those of you who don't know, he is a huge Bengals fan, and the Cincinnati Bengals sat at home last year, and their only chance to make it into the playoffs was for the Chiefs to win, which they had done consistently all year. And the Bengals sat at home, and the Chiefs deliberately threw the game, and they lost to keep the Bengals out. And so that's where some of this rage has come from. Hot take, you back?
I don't know where I went. I think my wife cut the cord.
Naturally.
I heard the tail end of that, and I'm not even going to discuss that. So what I'm going to go into is reason number 26 why Taylor Swift drives me crazy is, and I don't know if she does this, but I will find out on her podcast episode, is that I assume that prior to the Travis Kelce sham relationship that she was not a big football fan. I'm just going to throw that out there. All right. I'm going to assume she's not a big football fan, but I bet now.
I think that's on the record.
Now she's going to be some goddamn analyst that they're going to put on ESPN to talk about the breakdown of the cover 2 next week. Because like that's the stuff that drives me crazy. Like, just stop.
I think that she may be there to comment on the wardrobe choices of certain, players or whatever, but I don't even think that she would go that far as to try and talk X's and O's.
I don't like her jumping around in the booth. That's what bothers. Like it's like, I've been watching The Gilded Age, and there's a connection here. So
I can't wait.
So the show is about new money and old money, right? Old money acts different than new money, right? And Taylor Swift is new money in the NFL, and so she's jumping around like a lunatic. While the normal people are just like, oh, that was a good play. But she's acting like every play is the winning the Super Bowl. And
so to be clear, she is not a girlfriend that's excited that her boyfriend made a good play.
She's too excited.
Oh, too excited. There's a limit to the excitement that you can have.
And the other thing, you know what? I think if we're going the red pill route tonight, I also think
we're 25 minutes in.
That Taylor Swift is also a closet conservative.
Well, that would be a deep, dark closet because she has clearly expressed the alternate view.
She has, but it just adds up. Like, her dad is a wealthy banker from Pennsylvania. I mean, it's a suburb, but then she spent a lot of time in Nashville.
Uh-huh.
She's friends with the Mahomes, who are like legit like Trump campaigners. And if
Yes.
she's as far left as she claimed to be via her Instagram post, like those two things just don't happen. Like you can't be friends.
Yeah. I mean, we don't need to go down the rabbit hole, but I think that the American the entire scene has shifted. So, like, even if you thought you used to be somewhere, I think it's possible that you are now on a different side of the spectrum just because of what's occurred, externally.
Yeah, I'd just be interested to, because obviously we don't know these people for real, and they're all like protecting the brand.
Yeah.
And she was obviously famous over the last 5 years where it was in vogue to be as left as possible in the public spotlight. So you wonder, like, that shift happened pretty dramatically last year of people either stop doing it or they've made a move to it to the right a little bit more. So I'd be curious where she is, because she got crap during like because she would donate to like police departments and stuff.
Yeah.
And she would get flack for that.
At this point, she has complete and absolute FU money.
Yes.
Like, she never needs to do anything again. She never needs to shake any hands or kiss any babies unless she's absolutely into it. So, I mean, I think, though, that what she's considering is her legacy and her brand. Her brand as it exists currently, and then her legacy ongoing. Like, in my mind, she doesn't quite fit the mold of, like, Dolly Parton riding off into the sunset. But I do think that she's trying to, represent her brand. What'll be interesting is what's going to happen. Okay, if the NFL, as part of the contract, requires them to get married and have children
on the field, both things. First live NFL delivery
during the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So if you're right and that's part of the contract, then I guess. Can you imagine what her album on motherhood is going to be like?
Well, that's the interesting thing. Obviously, like, she's smart enough to adapt her music to her aging crowd.
Yeah, that's her whole deal, right?
Well, I thought it was big news. Like, I literally saw a headline that she dropped the F word yesterday.
What,
on the podcast? On the podcast?
Oh, on the podcast. Oh, I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah. Well, it's because obviously that's like she wouldn't have been able to do that 15 years ago.
Yeah, right. When she was more controlled by the studios, which actually brings us to one of the really interesting parts of her life, which is that she just recently bought back the masters of her albums.
Yeah, that's big. So, that's one of those things, kind of like the dark secrets of the music industry, is that you just assume these people are making money off of all these things. That's why they tour so much, because historically that's how artists can make their money, is touring, because they get hardly anything on their record deals.
Well, Salt and Peppa got nothing on any of it, and they're trying to get their music back too.
Yeah.
And apparently they had a 30-year contract with the label, which is up. Like, right. It's been 30 years. And their music, I saw this on the news the other morning, their music producer is still saying, nope, we're not going to give it to you. So they're having to sue to enforce a contract.
Yeah, because what happens, obviously, in these situations is that these new artists are just desperate to get an album, so they'll sign anything. That
literally
Instinct happened to them, Backstreet happened to them. I know there's multiple shows on Netflix about the boy band hustle that was going on with those guys.
Also, I will throw a shout out for my wife is a huge fan of Billy Joel, and so I watched the new 2-part HBO documentary on Billy Joel, and same thing happened to him.
Yep.
He signed up with some guy who got Loctite in a contract, and Billy Joel ended up having to give him $1 for every album for the next 10 years or something insane. Made that guy incredibly wealthy.
Yeah, because I mean, there's an argument to be made, because obviously they're the talent, but there's talent everywhere. You have to, the producers developing the talent and marketing it and selling it and earning the revenue. So obviously they should get some of that.
Yeah, and I think that's true probably 80% of the time, but I think there's that top 20% talent where Billy Joel was talented regardless of, who was back there pressing the buttons.
Yeah.
Just like Taylor Swift. She's a supremely talented person who makes her own choices on who she dates and when she chooses to go to games. So I think that
if somebody
here
wants,
tonight is we support Taylor.
If somebody wants to offer us a podcasting contract, we'll sign anything right now.
Right. We'll ask
Sirius Radio. Is Sirius Radio still a thing?
Yeah.
They're dropping Howard Stern. There's an open slot right there.
Yeah, well, hey,
not even pennies on the dollar, fractions of pennies on the dollar you could get us for.
you could argue that he was overpaid. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, so a couple hot takes in there, a few red pills, and we
Whoa.
have
Oh,
uncovered the mystery of Taylor Swift.
before we go, let me get your favorite Taylor Swift song.
My favorite Taylor Swift song. I mean, obviously, I celebrate her entire catalog. But if I had to pick a specific album, I go back to Lover, and I think Archer was the name of it.
Oh, wow. I don't think I've ever even heard that song.
Okay, well, you may not be a fan. If anybody has
Well,
been
I'm not a
listening for the
deep
last 30
cut
minutes.
fan. Holy smokes, man! I'm more of a singles kind
All
of
right,
person.
what's your
But
favorite?
I was always, it was kind of a part of my life that was in a very good spot when this one came out.
Mhm.
Was Blank
Unlike now.
Space.
Oh, Blank Space.
Yeah,
Yeah,
unlike
that's
now.
good.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
life's so hard right now, but it was even easier before. Um, but yeah, Blank Space I think is one of my faves. I like
All
that
right.
one.
Well,
It's a good one.
so everyone go check out Blank Space. Again,
If you haven't heard it,
listen to our fellow podcaster Taylor Swift, and
she might be on next week. We'll see how well this goes.
Our people are touching. Reach out to her people.
We'll send a bracelet.
All right, be good.